Hello Reformers and welcome back to A Clash of Kings. Now, last time we finished the quest that Stannis gave us, which was to assassinate Renly Baratheon. Yes, and we succeeded, actually rather well, although it did take us a bit of time to actually get him taken prisoner, because obviously it is a bit of a luck chance. And relying on luck, certainly, in this kind of situation is really not something you want to be doing, but that's what the quest called for, and that's what we had to do. So we got down, and we dusted him off, and then we were just like, okay, and then slit his throat, and then he's gone. So, yeah. Now, that means the Dragonstone faction has grown, actually rather a lot. We've just lost a fief, actually, to the Westerlands, Silver Hall. It was one of our outlying territories, and that has just been taken by the Westerlands. So obviously that's a bit of a problem, but maybe it was not too well defended, and I can only hope that our core territory in sort of the center and, you know, sort of where the Stormlands fiefs that we have now taken control over, hopefully those places are going to be better defended. Oh, and I was very much hoping that this was not going to be a siege tower. Oh my. Even with Brendan's 6 engineering, this is still an absolute trial, basically. Alright, ooh, it seems like we are actually launching an assault against Harren Hall. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool to see. And it seems like he wants me to go over there and help him out. Should I do that instead of taking Stone Dance? See, now here's the thing. If I take Stone Dance, I have a feeling that we will most likely be able to do it. So it would be kind of cool if we could. Now, here's the thing. I have not looked up all of the events on the wiki or anything like that. As far as I'm aware, the events are all documented on the wiki, and it kind of tells you, hey, this one's great and gives you amazing amounts of stats, and this one's awful and that takes away all your stats. So I can only hope that tasty wild turnips, let's eat them, shall we? Oh, okay, that literally did nothing. You roasted the turnips over an open fire, they were very tasty. I was wholeheartedly believing that that was going to give me -10 strength, the turnips were too tasty. Yeah. That's the kind of thing that happens, because I think, well, there was actually something that happened to me when I was off screen, and I was just running around and going to various places, and it was, you come across some sweet mushrooms or something, I don't know, it was about mushrooms, I think, and you basically, I was just like, oh, this must be good, because they seem like, you know, it seems like a pretty decent, you know, pretty decent description, I guess. And I thought to myself, okay, we're gonna eat them, you know, and I ate them, and then it was just like, oh, the mushrooms were too good, too tasty, and just in general, too great. And so you end up with diarrhea or something along those lines, and then it's just like, oh, you lose all of these things, and it's just absolutely awful. I do know of that one, and then there's another one that makes you lose like 2 agility or 1 strength, or the other way around, I don't know, absolutely crazy. So yeah, maybe I'm probably getting it mixed up, but the one that I had made me lose 20 one-handed weapon proficiency or something like that. So that's, oh, that was just like, I mean, I don't really care about the weapon proficiency that much, but it acts like it's a good event, but it's veiled in that, and then it just turns out to be one of the worst events ever. So there is that. There is certainly that to take into account. Anyway, I'm going to try and get my archers into a decent enough position, I suppose, and then we're going to place our infantry a little bit closer here. Now, what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and speed up the siege tower moving by telling the infantry to follow me. I have done this in previous series. Most notably, I did this in Fantasy Calradia, because there were a huge amount of siege towers in a row there, and I was just like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm getting tired of this, and I was trying to find ways to speed it up, and I eventually found a way by telling your infantry to follow you, and then hopefully that in turn means that the siege tower goes a little bit quicker. But some of the time it doesn't really work, because the, you know, infantry in question, they might be just hanging back a little bit, or they, you know, they might just be a bit lazy. Like, for example, these guys, they're actually doing a pretty decent job here, and the siege tower is moving very, very fast. So I'm pretty happy with that. It could be moving faster, but I'm not one to really complain about that too much. I mean, what are we gonna get? Maybe another, I don't know, maybe a little bit faster, but I mean, it's moving pretty well so far, so I'm okay with that. Let's try and take out some of their vanguards if we can with our crossbow. Now, I know that I've complained about this in the past, and I'm not really one to complain too much. Yeah, sometimes, actually. Sometimes. But anyway, the point is, this crossbow really should do more damage, don't you think? Because it is, I think, the best crossbow in the game that you can actually get. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it is one of the best, if not the best. And I'm just thinking to myself, okay, so why can't I kill that guy if I get a headshot in one hit, right? Because you think to yourself, oh, I just got a headshot with a very, very powerful crossbow. And crossbows in general should do much more damage than regular archery. And in this case, that's not true. It doesn't happen like that. So I don't know why that's happening. Maybe it's just, I don't know, maybe I'm just picking targets that have really good helms, but in real life, you know, in reality, if a crossbow bolt were to hit anyone in the head, it doesn't matter what helm you're wearing. I guess it doesn't matter what helm you're wearing. Maybe it does. But in general, a bolt from a very powerful crossbow is going to go through any helm. So, yeah, unless it's made of something amazing like Superman material or whatever it is, you know, not kryptonite, but you know, the other thing. Yeah, I'm very good with my references. Yes, very good. Oh, see, look at that, a headshot in his face, no less. In his face, and he did not die. 48 damage appears to be the maximum that I can do against a Stormlander Vanguard. Oh, 54 actually. Okay, so what was the difference there? Why was that 54 and the other guy was 48? I don't know. That's the thing, we have no idea. Oh, and it seems like... you're very good, aren't you? Do you see these guys over here? Yeah. They're not really doing much, are they? And I kind of want to shoot them. I'm actually trying to shoot the guy over there past that fellow's shoulder, but I mistakenly shot him in the... Yeah, shot him in the shoulder, so yeah, that's not really good, is it? Could you just let me through? Thank you very much. Oh, hello. Oh, you seem to just be standing here wanting to focus on the forces that are having a bit of a pickle around the side there. And, you know, they're not having a nice sandwich with pickle and mustard and all kinds of things. No, mustard, yeah, there's a reference for you from one of the previous episodes, actually. Or a special feature? I don't know. Something along those lines recently. Anyway, wait a minute. Ooh, I thought I was stuck for a second there because I literally could not move left. I don't know why. Very strange. Oh well, never mind. Okay, so we are just gonna absolutely murder everyone in the area. Let's do that. Now, the main problem I'm having here is that most of my forces are on the side, and they're just kind of standing there, and they're not really doing much. So it seems like I'm going to have to... Ooh, 95 damage. Ooh, that must have been right through to the heart there. Must have sent him a Valentine's card. And got him in the heart. You get it? Okay, well, yes. A bit esoteric, perhaps. But anyway, point is... We got him, and we got all the rest of these archers as well in our sights. Let's do it. Yes, take that. 78 damage. Yeah, it sounds like I'm saying, take that 78 damage. And now I'm falling off, because I'm just excellent like that, aren't I? Okay, well, let's try and take him out. Yeah, that's what you get. Oh, okay, apparently not. Okay, yeah, there we go, that's what you get. Because apparently a veteran Stormlander longbowman can survive a headshot from a crossbow. I don't know what's going on there, but I guess it's just because ranged weapons in general in this mod are not particularly favored very much, and I think I'm gonna actually have to retreat. Did you see why? Yeah, there was only 24 units remaining in my army. I killed 21 of the enemy, but they still have a huge amount left. They have about 70 to 80 units remaining. And I'm really surprised, to be honest. Yeah, look at that. Why do they have so many still? Oh well, never mind. Okay, so let's have a look at actually what's going on here, because I have a feeling that what's going to happen is that this guy is going to come over here. I don't have too many forces, so I'm going to have to go over to Haystack Hall and see if I can just restore ourselves. Hopefully not getting pounced on, but yes, anyway, it seems like our cash in the Iron Bank at the moment is actually doing pretty well. It is now up to almost 16,000 coins, so that's nice. I'm thinking what I'm going to try and do, now that our wages have considerably gone down, I guess most of our hedge knights and generally our knights and caravan masters and things like that have been eliminated, so that is obviously making a huge difference because my wages just before the last episode started, we're at about 5,800, which is just crazy in my opinion. Just, oh, yes, absolutely crazy. Obviously, it would help if I had some leadership, but the problem with actually getting leadership right now is that I have 6 charisma. And I'm going to need to get 9 in charisma just to get an additional point in leadership, and then I suppose I could get a book or something like that, but the fact is, it's going to take me a long time to do that, and I don't know whether I really can, because, again, leveling up at this point, even though we are level 26, and we are actually eliminating quite a few units ourselves. I mean, you've seen, in most of the fights that we've done with Elias here, he eliminates at least 15 units every single time. So you would think that that effort would be giving him a pretty just reward, but it doesn't seem like that's the case. Anyway, it seems like we need to just wait a little bit more, and then we'll be ready to return to Stone Dance. Alright, so I'm gonna need this siege tower to build itself a little bit quicker here because, oh my, oh no, another one of these events. Okay, so yeah, anyway, point is, because my food is now running out. I have 0 days remaining, so obviously that's a bit of a problem. Okay, so I'm gonna update you on some of the things that have happened in the world as I had cut away there. I was obviously just waiting for a little bit longer, and then we had Tywin Lannister indicting one of his own vassals, and that vassal decided to join up with Dragonstone, so that's pretty cool. Also, if you remember, a little bit earlier in the episode, Harrenhal was under siege by our marshal, and they took it. So it is now Dragonstone property, and hopefully it will stay Dragonstone property. Okay, so let's... Symbolizes good luck. It is common knowledge that the crane is a symbol of the warrior. Your men are impressed by your worldly knowledge and grateful that the gods are with them. Alright, okay, well there you go. I guess that's good. Oh, look at that. Dragonstone is actually starting to take a lot of vassals prisoner. Very, very nice. What is this? You're walking across a field when your foot is caught in a rabbit's hole. That sounds like Elias. As you fall over, you manage to twist your body, sending a stab of blinding pain up through your leg. You decide to rest for a while or keep going. Let's rest for a while. Your decision was a wise one. Oh, thank you very much. Doesn't give us anything though, which is hilarious. I bet if I chose the other thing, probably would have reduced my agility by 6,000 points or something. But anyway, let's go in here and see what we can do. And I gotta move the siege tower again. I am gonna try this time, however, to micromanage our infantry or whoever decides to go up the ladder a little bit better. Alright, so it is about time that we micromanage our units. I'm going to be telling everyone to follow me, with the exception of maybe our archers. No, I think I'll just probably tell everyone to follow us, because we are going to need all of them up here, and I do not want them going up the ladder, because, as we know, that is a bit of a death sentence. So let's try and prevent ourselves from having that kind of situation occur again. And otherwise, I think we're in a pretty decent position here. So... okay, I'm going to tell everyone to charge now. It seems to be a couple of halberdiers down in the courtyard. Well, not in the courtyard, down on the ground there against the wall. And that is not very good, because they're going to go in the wrong way. So that's obviously going to pose a bit of a problem here. And obviously the other problem is actually getting inside. So that's a bit of an issue, isn't it? That is a bit of an issue, especially considering I'm all by myself. Oh. Okay. I actually thought that was a longer drop than it actually was, so yeah. Let's just try and shoot this. 44 damage, come on crossbow, are you serious? I mean, I've got a pretty decent proficiency, so surely the proficiency can't be the reason why I'm dealing that damage. Well, never mind. I'm just going to go up here, and I'm going to allow my forces just to do what they do best, and hopefully I'll be able to eliminate these guys in my own time. And oh my, okay, this might be difficult. Or yeah, yes, okay, yeah, they are outnumbering me, which is not very nice. Okay, yes, there we go. Just stay still. Just stay still. That's what we do. There we go. That's what we do, because then they have no speed bonus, and it's very difficult for them to break the protection that my armor provides. That's usually what I try to do against archers nowadays, because otherwise they'll use my own ineptitude against me. Yes, exactly. Anyway, hopefully I'll be able to get over there and maybe assist now, because it seems like we are having some problems. Yeah, that's what you get. Ooh, I was really worried that he was actually going to get that shot off for a second there. Ooh, Gurnir is in the battle. Yes. Come on, Gurnir. You can do this. You are very, very powerful. I'm hopeful that he'll actually just slaughter them. Just cut swathes through them, please. Seems like he's not really doing that. It's probably because he's got a very long weapon. And that's, yeah, it's pretty difficult to handle. It's pretty difficult to handle. So, obviously that's a bit of a problem, but okay, it's fine. I mean, as long as he can handle it in other situations, I don't really mind too much. But at the moment, obviously, this is very, very close quarters. You'd think that he'd like to handle his large weapon in close quarters a lot, but it turns out that he prefers much more open combat. You could say public. You know, you could say public. Anyway, point is, we're done, I think. We're done with this. We're done with Stone Dance. And, oh my. Let's try and survive, shall we? There's only one enemy remaining. And if he kills me, I'm gonna have a laugh. Ah, there we go. Okay. That's what we like. Alright, so we eliminated 90 of them, and we lost another 17. Ah, another 17. That's pretty harsh. I mean, 54 total, but obviously, yeah. It's not too much to worry about because we can just restore those. 31 killed this time. We still haven't gotten to the next level. I'm actually wondering whether I should just allow this guy to go away or should I take him prisoner. I think I'm going to just take him prisoner right here because I don't really mind about this guy at the moment and I'd much prefer to have the money. I can only hope that we are actually going to be getting some money because obviously the Stormlands is pretty small now and they might just not care about paying ransoms. I'm going to ask no reward for this because I just want him to give it to someone immediately and I don't really want to care about it that much. I am going to stay here until it gets awarded, however, because I obviously need to restore myself a little bit. But otherwise, if you just take a look at the map here, what do they have? They literally have not much, do they? They have Blackhaven, Harvest Hall, Weeping Town and Mistwood, as well as Evenfall Hall and Storm's End. Now, Storm's End, as we know, is a siege tower. So that's going to be a bit painful. And what else do we have going on here? So, as you can see, there seems to be a bit of a divide here. The Westerlands is obviously breaking our territory up quite considerably by having Duskendale and King's Landing in their control. But obviously King's Landing is going to be quite a difficulty. And otherwise they've taken River Run. Oh. Did we take that actually when we were part of the Westlands? Yeah, I think we did actually take that. But I thought that the Riverlands or someone else took it back, but maybe not. Anyway, what I'm going to try and do is I'll head back to Acorn Hall. I actually, considering we now have Dragonstone and the availability of this port here and this natural harbor, I think I might be going to Bravos. I think I might get a little bit of cash out of the bank and build an enterprise. Because at the moment, both of our enterprises are in Westerlands territory, and that's absolutely feeble, isn't it? Very, very feeble indeed. So it would be quite nice if we could actually do something else. So yeah, by all means, suggest where you think a good enterprise would be for our Dragonstone territories while we level up Brynden here. What are we actually going to do with Brynden? I mean, obviously, he's doing pretty well with his crossbow. And maybe that would mean, I mean, look, he's already got 3 in Weapon Master, so what else should I get him? I mean, he has decent medicinal skills already anyway. I guess we should just get him some points in Iron Flesh so that he survives a little bit more. I mean, his armor is absolutely terrible. Yes, the trials and tribulations of actually attempting to balance the medicinal skills of the medics, which is kind of annoying, really, because if they had just a little bit more strength, I'd be able to give them much better armor, and then they'd just be able to survive that much more. So maybe I should start leveling their strength or something, but I feel like that's such a waste, you know, when I could be leveling up their intelligence and giving them even more powerful medicinal skills and trainer and all sorts of things. Ah well, never mind. Anyway, I've said what I'm going to do while I'm off screen. Going to go to Bravos and just get some money out, and then I don't know, I'm probably going to try and buy an enterprise somewhere. Don't know where yet. But anyway, I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.